छुआ मुंड सब देखा सब देखाला एमने भी देखा एठी लाइट बोल एटा जो एटा जते बंद हो ये भल देखा हला एटा बंद चैनल तो सब बंद हो ना हां सब बंद हो तो जेटू देखा दियो तार पुनी मन को छुआ मुंड देखा दियो ऊपर किए बसी सब देखा दियो आ यदि न देखा एटा ठीक दवा ठीक दवा गया देखिए व्हाट्सएप रे भाई सेटा भी लगे पहले सेटा एटी लगे की रखी देबी हां गोटे सेकंड पुणी पूरा सेटअप करिया पे भाई तुरंत क्लास स्टार्ट होबो टाइम लगे भाई अभी फोल्डर का लागुनी कोडी अछि इधर अछि कोडी मु जाननी कोडी अछि
सीडी अछि बे सीडी ना अछि एइथरे तो हां हां इधर अछि फोल्डर देखो माइनस पे ट्रांसफर सौम्य दर्शन है पड़े ठीक ठीक आगे बस
कौन लिखा
हरे कृष्णा सर आप सबका स्वागत है फेयरवेल प्रोग्राम के लिए। तो जैसे कि हमारा हर प्रोग्राम जो है वो कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस से कनेक्टेड रहता है, ठीक है। तो आगे आपको लाइफ में अभी क्या क्या करना है, क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी आपकी लाइफ में, मुश्किलें फेस करोगे, ठीक है ना, किन चीज़ों से दूर रहना है। तो ये सब के लिए जो है, ये सब के लिए हम लोग जो है फेयरवेल प्रोग्राम को एक छोटे से क्लास के साथ शुरू करेंगे। क्लास के बाद कीर्तन रहेगा, कीर्तन के बाद वीडियो, गिफ्ट्स एंड रियलाइजेशन सेरेमनी। तो आज हमारे साथ हिज ग्रेस महात्मा प्रिय प्रभु हैं। प्रभु जी एक्चुअली साउथ इंडिया से हैं, बैंगलोर से, और अपने कैरियर में उन्होंने एमबीए कर रखा है। एमबीए करने के बाद उन्होंने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में जॉब किया था। कौन सा कंपनी? माइक्रोसॉफ्ट। और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में जो है जो सेक्शन वो डील करते थे, आउटलुक और एमएस सूट के साथ डील करते थे, तो उसका एक्सपर्टाइज रखते हैं। जैसे आप सीबीएसई कोर्स करते हो ना, वैसे ही जो है वैसे ही स्पिरिचुअलिटी में एक भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स होता है, ठीक है ना। तो भक्ति शास्त्री कोर्स कर रखे हैं एंड इस्कॉन डिसाइपल के टीचर है वो, ठीक है ना। जैसे हमें भी ऑथराइजेशन चाहिए होता है टीचर बनने के लिए, बीएड करना होता है, ठीक है ना। इस्कॉन डिसाइपल टीचर प्रभु जी ऐसे वैल्यू एजुकेशन सेमिनार्स देते रहते हैं इंडिया में भी, और इन्होंने एब्रोड में भी ऐसा सेमिनार्स दे रखा है। हम और आप जैसे यूथ को सही रास्ता दिखाते हैं। ऐसे जो यूट्यूब लवर्स हैं उनके लिए प्रभु जी जो है, प्रभु जी का अपना नेटवर्क ब्रॉडकास्टिंग सिस्टम है पूरा, ठीक है। एक पूरा का पूरा स्टूडियो है जहाँ पे प्रभु जी ये सब चीज डील करते हैं। प्रभु जी का खुद का यूट्यूब चैनल है जिसका नाम है संकीर्तन आर्मी। आप चाहें तो आप उसे ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। तो इसके साथ और भी बहुत कुछ है, बट समय थोड़ा सा जो है क्लास की तरफ मूव करते हुए हम लोग प्रभु जी को वेलकम करेंगे। वेलकम करने का जैसा हमारा ट्रेडिशनल तरीका, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
Is my voice audible? Clear?
Yes.
So I'll speak in English. That's English and Hindi. Okay. So that should be convenient for you all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so before we begin our session, we'll have a small invocation prayer. Generally, we do that whenever we do presentation. So you all can get your palms close together like this. It's a small prayer, okay? Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilatum Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Kinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Picharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashi Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Together, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, can I get a glass of water, probably? Okay. So I once again welcome everybody for today's farewell party. Okay, because all of us love party, right? And I love your party. So before we go ahead, I would like to dedicate this presentation to our ISKCON's founder Acharya. How many of you have heard ISKCON before? Okay, good. So thank you. ISKCON stands for International Society for Krishna Consciousness. तो हमको सब पता है कि प्रभुपाद जी जो संस्थापक आचार्य है, he is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Just imagine, at the age of 70, one man from this great land of India, he went across the globe in just 11 years. How many years? 11 years. He circled the globe 12 times. Not only that, more than 108 temples he established. Generally, at the age of 70, you're supposed to take a break, right? But this man made a revolution. Okay, that's why youth is a time for nivesh, investment. So how many of you have come here to invest yourself, or how many of you have come here just for time pass? You all know, don't speak in the class, huh? Okay, I want this class to be more interactive, because the more we interactive, then we can able to, grasp and share whatever we learn together. Okay? Thank you, bro. So once again, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all the students. So you're all going to graduate. Already you've graduated. Okay? You're going to look for a job. I remember when I was also looking for a job, I tried many places. But finally, they say, failure is a stepping stone for. Exactly right. So when I went with a bunch of friends, all of them got selected, but I was rejected. This happened a couple of times, Then after a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years, I got a jackpot. I got a job in a Microsoft. What they used to earn for years, I should just earn in 1 month. That's why patience plays a very important role. So I want all of you to know how rich we are. Being born in India, we are truly rich. American culture is just 200 years. It comes to India, 5,000 years, right? So you should be very fortunate. So generally, there is saying in English, that today's phones have become cordless. You all agree, right? Today's phones have become cordless, and cars have become keyless. I'm sure many of you have bought a car; they have no keys, right? And of course, communication has become wireless, and of course, cooking has become wireless, and sweets have become sugarless. You all know it, okay? But the whole idea is, the reason is because people have been very important to have God in the center, because you're all very fortunate that you keep on hearing about the glories, the pastimes, the lessons from ISKCON, right? I'm sure we also have another monk here, Vishwakirti Prabhu, who also regularly comes. He gives so much of investment here, It's very important because we have not come here to spend our time. We have come here to do investment. You agree with me? Okay, good. So investment. because you're all students, I thought I'll speak something on education, because you might have been heard there's the most richest person in this planet. I think, I don't know now, Warren Buffett. He used to say, the more you learn, the more you earn. Yeah, you're right. The more you learn, the more you earn. In fact, if you know about his secret is he spends time in the reading. So how many of you spend time reading books every day, at least for 5 hours? That's too much. Sorry, wrong number. Okay, 2 hours. Okay, good, good. I see still some more hands raising. That's good. Because even Mahatma Gandhi, if you ask him who's his best friend, he says books. You know, and even Mahatma Gandhi, whenever he has doubt, he opens Bhagavad Gita and he gets his answer. So the word education means carry, to bring within out. I'm sure you all know, the boost secret of my energy. Who says that? Sachin Tendulkar. But he was a dropout. Maybe he never came to the institute, I believe, So he was a dropout. But then, the coach could see the spark in him. He trained him in such a way that same person, आगे जाके क्या बन गया? Yeah, master blaster, cricket player. Every child in the corner says, I want to become like a Sachin Tendulkar. Boost instead of my energy. That's why we should never underestimate ourselves. We don't know. People are thinking, yeah, somebody can become a prime minister, somebody can become that, this, Everybody are very special. Just like, a chaiwala. What happened? Just imagine. So always we should never underestimate, So we should do our best and the Lord will do the rest. But we should not fail the test. And I'm wishing you all the best. Okay? So it all happens because in a day we have 86,400 seconds. But how much time do we spend qualitatively? Of course, we all spend in sleeping. That's a different thing. Okay? Do you all know if somebody is sleeping for 10 hours or 12 hours a day, they'll be blessed next life that they can become a bear. You know why? Because bear sleeps for how many months? 6 months. So I think you're all happy to become a bear, right? That means you have to avoid sleeping for 10 hours, 12 hours. Of course, when the exams are coming, we spend less time. So before we go ahead, we'll play some videos, Okay, can you just open next slide? Next slide. Okay, one moment. So he's the founder Acharya, whom you see, who's doing Kirtan. That's Lord Jagannath. So as I told you, he was the one who took our Indian culture all over the world. That's it great about Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Okay, let's say with great heritage comes great. Yeah. So if I ask you a question, how many of you are proud that you're born in India? Please put your hands up in the air. Okay. So what's your name, Prabhu, technician? Okay. So if I ask you, why are you proud? What do you say? What is the reason?
First of all, means Lord Ram have taken birth in this place.
Okay, so you say all the great, gods, demigods, his 33 crores of gods have taken birth in India. Okay, good. Okay, anything else? Okay, yes. Exactly. What's your name? Can we have a big round of applause for Divya? She's just hitting the nail, So India is known for culture, heritage, so many festivals, So that's right. Now if I ask the same question, somebody is in Australia or America, even he would just say the same thing. But the difference is, that we have so many festivals, so many like culture, heritage. That's not there. That's why you see, even Jesus Christ, when he left his body, he came to Kashmir, He left his body finally in India. Of course, he left there. And also, do you all know, he visited Jagannath. Okay. You heard about Lord Jagannath here? Do you all know Jagannath ji, right? Okay. So he visited Jagannath Puri, took darshan of Lord Jagannath. That's very important. So basically, we are all sitting in pearls and diamonds, But because of our ignorance, we are begging for a broken piece of a glass because of lack of knowledge. That's why it's very, very important to know, how great we are. So fine. So in this slide, it talks about how rich is our culture. So now one question, honest question, okay? How many of you here still, even now at this age, you touch your parents' feet? Wow, that's amazing. Good, good, good. Yeah, that's very important because we need to have a blessings. Just like if you see in Mahabharat, when there was a war versus India versus Pakistan, I mean, Kauravas and Pandavas, all right? So there was a flag, the chariot. And what was the flag? Hanuman. So they're taking blessings from Hanuman. Okay, so that's very important. If you don't have blessings from superiors, you might do wonders, but people would not appreciate. Because Gita declares that ahankara vimudatma karta mam iti manyate. If somebody has ego, what's the spelling of ego? E-G-O, that's eject God out. Then where do you get God? You become godless. So it's very important that we need to have the blessings of superiors, and then what happens? You can do the magic of miracles. It works out. It works. But then if you cross the boundary, then you might be doing it, but then you need a help. So it's always better to be in a safer zone. All right. Okay. Please go to the next slide. Okay, as I was telling you, the word education means educare, to bring within out. Okay, so yes, what's your name, Prabhu? Shubham. Okay, so let's say, do we have a zoo here in Raukela? Okay, so let's say once Shubham Prabhu went to a zoo. Okay, don't take seriously. Okay, so have you been there? You've been there. Huh? Good. Okay, so you've been to a zoo when the classes was going on. He loved bunking classes, used to go there. Don't take seriously, okay? He's very happy actually. Okay, that's fine. So he used to saw a sculptor who was chiseling a rock for a longer time. Of course, he went to see a lot of stuff, And he saw one old man. He was like, having a rock, having a hammer stuff. He was chiseling a rock for a very long time, almost like 2 hours. Then he thought I have to go back, or else Yogesh told me give a call, So he comes back. After a month, again he visits, And for his great surprise, there was no more rock. There was a big, gigantic, ferocious lion. Alright? Now the questions to all of you, if you know the answer, please raise your hand. So the Shumam comes to the zoo once again. He finds the sculptor. He asks, "Sir, do you know that there was a lion in this rock?" And he was laughing. Now he said, the question is for you, okay, all of you. So where was the lion? Was it in the rock? So you can raise your hands if you can answer. If someone beat us, you can give the right answer. Yes. Okay, in the mind of a sculptor, big round of applause. Yeah, exactly right. So you may ask, sir, this is like a very kindergarten questions. Why do you ask such this? Actually, what? All this culture, heritage, all these wonders that you can make in the future, it's with you now, but it is hidden. Just like in the wood, do you see fire? No. But if something is burning, if you put that wood, it will start burning more, right? So everything is with you. It has to be brought out. Not that the goal of education is just to Kaneka, Pineka, Soneka, Raukela. Not like that. Not just earn money, bank balance. The goal of education is to have a good character. I remember a couple of years back when I was giving a class in MIT, so I asked a student, according to you, how do you define a lecturer? So one person raised his hand and he gave an answer. Do you want to guess what he said? He said, according to me, a lecturer is a person who has a terrible bad habit in talking in somebody's sleep. I will repeat once again. The boy answered, the definition of lecturer means a person who has a terrible bad habit in speaking in someone's sleep. Now the question is, who's sleeping? Is the student or the teacher? Make difference, right? That is why it's very, very important. Because you are the future leaders of tomorrow, right? So when I say leaders, we have two types of leaders. Of course, the word leadership means a person who can lead himself first, then he can lead others. He's called a true leader. Now we have two divisions. One is a public leader, one is a personal leader. Alright? So a public leader may have a good competent, very talented, charismatic, you know. But if you see as a personal leader, he also has that. With that he also has additional thing. What is that? Character. Because if a public leader doesn't have a character, then he can become a misleader. That is where character means doing things when nobody is watching. You all know the answer, you know. So if you want to know what type of person you are, you can judge yourself. Because an addiction to distraction is the end of the creative production. You know, that's why, like Prabhuji was sharing while coming, you know, he said, "Padega India, तभी तो बढ़ेगा India. Gita पढ़ाओ, देश बचाओ." You know, it's very important. You know, so because I keep on telling again and again, you know, that you are the future leaders. You know, because you know if you whatever decision that you make now, that's going to show a big impact in the future. But that character is very very important. Okay, so you're gonna all repeat after me. Okay, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. And when character is lost, see how the answer I'm getting it. Everything is lost. You know. Okay, good. So next slide, please. Okay. Now once again I repeat. Whoever knows the answer, please raise your hand. So there are two persons. One is Dr. Casey John, and there's another person by, let's say, your MBBS friend. So what's your name, from your name? Huh? Tadbhav. So let's say Tadbhav, don't take seriously, okay? So let's say you have a health issue, okay? So you want to get operated, okay? Now you are not from a very rich family, okay? Okay. So you know that guy who's smiling at you, the MBBS guy, he's a very chaddi dost, okay? Close friend, okay? But he has not done any operation till now, okay? And this guy who's staring at you, look at him, Ify John, he is a master expert, okay? Now, whom do you go approach for operation? I told him we are not on operation. So Munna by MBBS, he will suck it. He will start shivering, man. Understand the question once again. The guy who's smiling at you, your friend, he has no experience. He only heard theory. Okay? Without budging the class. Okay? Theory. And this guy has a experience. Okay? And you have to be treated. To whom will you approach? Experienced one, right? But you just got an update that this guy who's staring at you, he got into some scandals. You know? Like while doing operation, you take some organs, you know, like kidney, whatever. So what do you think? You will like to give boni for him? What will you do? You won't go to him, right? But just imagine and this your friend and this guy, you know them. Okay, you have a mic in your hand, right? You can use the mic. Okay, just imagine it's an emergency. You know, you have to take a treatment. Do not wait for Christmas. Okay, so whom will you choose? No, but friend has no experience. So you're okay. Operation success, patient dead. It's okay. Operation success, patient dead. You want to give it a try? Other options, but you just came to know that in your place you only found 2 doctors, and the other doctors are very far away, and it's very expensive, and this guy is like a reasonable price. But the problem is that he's got into scandals. You know, now you have less time. You have to get operated. What will you do? The time starts now. 5. Expert. Okay, you will get expert. 100%. You know, he will remove your kidneys. So that's okay. You do dialysis every day. Huh? Then what will you do? A friend has no experience. Come on, man. He never holded the stuffs. You know, the moment he holds it, he'll see you. He'll remember the movie Munna by MBBS circuit. He will start shaking. So what will you do? Even if I die, let me die with friend's hand. Huh? What are you going to do?
I will first get treated like that. The scandal.
You see, if you get returned, operation success. Okay, patient dead. Once you're dead, you cannot speak, man. So what will you do in the situation? Okay, somebody can help him, girls. They just give me a smile. I don't know what to say. Want to give a try? Give a try, no problem. Making mistakes makes you rich. What will you do? भगवान की याद करो और शरीर छोड़ो. Okay, somebody was raising hands. Yes. Okay, trust your friend. Okay, he will trust. Okay, he will trust. But then it is sure. See, you trust him, he trusts him. Doesn't make any difference. When the operation comes, then this happens. Okay, I'll not take much time. So what we can do the best is, see, if you take this fellow for the operation, you know you're gonna die, or you may be surviving, but your kidneys are like missing. Okay, and this guy who's smiling at you, he will tell, "I will do it, Prabhu. Don't, bro. I'll take it. Don't worry about it." Okay, he will do it, but then after operation, when he'll come out, you will not be there. Because he's a new chap. First time he's doing operation. Surely, when you see blood oozing on your body, he will get suffer. The best thing what we can do is we can get both of them in the operation. Why? Because this guy is your friend. This guy is a scandal. When he does something wrong, your friend can say, "Hey, he is my friend, Baba. What are you doing to properly?" Make sense? Make sense? That's how it works. So you can bring both of them. Now, why I give this example? Because we all come here, we learn a lot of things. See, education is very important for us to grow ourselves. But in this, there's something very important thing I'd like to share. One is your knowledge and skills. These two things are compared to having a knife in the hand. You see, if the knife in the hand of a robber, what will you do? He may kill, And if the same knife, thank you, if it's the same knife in the hand of a child, he may harm himself also, harm others also. But the same knife in the doctor, he can save life. So what I mean to say, knowledge, skills is important. I'm not denying. With that, you should also have character. And what is character? Doing things when nobody is watching. So you tell me how many times you got a situation where you had all the opportunities, but still you misused it. Be honest. Raise your hands. If I was asked this question, I would raise my hand because I want to be very honest. Okay, it's true, right? We generally make that mistake, right? So that is the reason why I'm giving this example that it's better late than never. Okay, so can you go to the next slide? Okay, so in our life we have 3 dimensions. Okay, now I want all those people who are not speaking to speak up. Okay, so I'm going to invite you on the stage. Okay, all right. So please go ahead. One is IQ. What does IQ stands for? Girls are very smart, huh? Okay, good. EQ stands for? Okay. I think where's our Yogesh from? He's here. Do they have something to eat after the program? Then why they are I think they are hungry, angry. Domino's is going to call them, So be very potential, you will get everything what you want, okay? I for intelligent question, E for emotional. What's next? S for? Okay, good. Next. Okay, hang on. So, there's an institute called Mansa that's there in Bangalore. They do this test. They evaluate how much is your IQ. So I will do a small quick test here. Okay, and let's see how much is your IQ here. Okay, so can I spot out or you just raise hands when I ask question? Raise hands. Or okay, fine. So it's a very simple. You may think. Prabhuji, this question is like very comedian question, but you know what? This is a question where you have to think in a very simple way. Don't complicate yourself, okay? Answer in a very simple way, okay? Then you'll be able to answer it. Many of the corporates that tried this, they failed it, okay? So we're not corporates, we're students still, okay? So I think you can do it. So the first question goes to the girls, okay? Girls, are you all ready? Okay. Simple question. It's not a $1,000 question. The question is, how do we put a giraffe into a refrigerator? I don't want a question probably is asking you. How do we put a giraffe into a refrigerator? It's a very simple question. It's all about the IQ. Yes. What's your name? Shruti. Okay. Give the mic to her. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Probably by just playing the refrigerator.
Yeah. Exactly. For bigger applause. Yeah. So generally, see, when I told you IQ is all about how simple you think, not complicated. So when I asked you how do you put refrigerator, just open the refrigerator and put the giraffe in. Not that giraffe's neck is too high and the fridge is small and what will I do? Maybe I need to cut the throat of the giraffe. No, don't think like that. Okay. Okay. The second question for somebody else. Who want to answer? Second question. Okay, give your next friend. Okay. Okay. The question for you is, don't help her. Huh? How do we put a giraffe into? Sorry, how do we put an elephant into a refrigerator? By opening the door, it will go off. Huh? No, it's a wrong answer. She's giving me a smile and convincing that Prabhu just open the refrigerator, put elephant. No, you're all blessing me or what? Raising a hand. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, give it to her. Give it to her. Okay.
Open the refrigerator, take out the giraffe and put it.
Yeah, exactly right. Big round of applause. Yeah. So this test will basically will help you to think retrospect. Generally we don't do that. Okay, fine. The next question is, let's say lion, the king of the forest, is inviting for the big feast. So all the animals in the forest are come. They have come, except one animal. Which is that animal? Yes. Why? Okay, you're so confident. Huh? Actually, this test will help you how we can learn from our mistakes. Okay. And of course, there's another question, but time is less, so we will go ahead further. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, EQ stands for? Okay, so randomly you can tell me. So basically, EQ talks about emotions, how emotionally we can, understand our quotients. So, go next. Okay, what kind of things is motions do you see on this image? Huh? He's sad. Who said sad? He is happy. He's happy. Okay. Laughing. Okay. Whatever. He's still happy. Okay. Next slide. He's not angry at all. He's sleepier. Yeah, he's shouting, screaming, literally. Okay. Fine. Next one. Of course, you can say angry also. Surprise. Okay, good. Next one. This is a little bit difficult one. Not confused, not surprised, not disappointed. So, not annoyed, not paranoid, whatever. No. I hope you're not confused. Disappointed also no. It's a strong word in English. It starts from D. Yeah, disgusted. Good. Okay. People are familiar with the words. Okay, next. Yeah, scary. Next. Yeah, maybe lost his girlfriend. He's sad. Okay, good. So you see, all these are emotions, which we can learn how to balance them, without getting overpowered. So next slide. Okay, now why I showed you this slide because, can somebody read this topic? The man. Do you all know Osama bin Laden, terrorist? He was a double PhD holder. His IQ was like wow, but his EQ was pathetic. Yeah, zero you can say whatever. So don't think that only if you have an IQ you can do big things. You should also have both balance EQ and IQ. If somebody has less IQ, more EQ, still they are more better than having more IQ. But apart from this two, we have another one that is called SQ. That is the ultimate intelligence. That is spiritual quotient. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, same thing I said. Next slide. Okay, after this quickly we'll have some short videos, okay? Okay, so you see this wall, you can consider that is your life. Okay, this is the ladder, you know. So basically, when it comes to SQ, what kind of fundamental questions you can ask? For example, when I'm trying to walk on the ladder, you will make sure that that I don't fall. It's emotions, right? You know, you will see whether it's properly, leaning on the wall. You know. So similarly, just like we ask some kind of fundamental questions, we should also ask some questions to ourselves. What is it? Who am I? Have you ever asked this question sometimes in life? Who am I? What's the goal of my life? You know, does God really does exist? I've seen many times when we go for temple, we are flabbergasted with the architecture stuff, a lot of things, We take selfies and we forgot to take darshan of the Lordship. You know, it happens, right? That's the main thing. Okay, so you can pause the slide, you can go to the videos. Did you have a check with the audio? Okay. Okay, can you make it big? I cannot see them actually. Okay, good. So I want to tell you how important are values in our life. Can you play the first video? Yeah. A little more volume, please. Okay, that's okay. We're running out. Okay, you can still hear them. It's not so much. That's okay, it's audible. If you're quite silent, you can hear them. Smoking is injurious to health, right? Don't smoke, right?
क्या नाम बता सकता हूँ?
आ सकते हैं
आ जाओ
आ जाओ
शर्मा मयंक शर्मा इंटरव्यू पे आया था। हाँ तो दोनों इंटरव्यू चक्कू दिखा दो भाई मैं दोस्त हूँ ना दोस्त दिखा दो भाई प्लीज क्या हो जाएगा
So don't recall your experience, huh? Just watch them.
क्या हुआ चौक गए जब भी को जगन्नाथ बना दे देखो भाई वो सब किस्मत का खेल है जग्गू वो किस्मत का नहीं हमारे देश के सिस्टम का खेल है जिन्हें कभी ठीक से कलम भी चलाने नहीं आई उन्हें देश चलाने के लिए दे दिया जाता है एमा गुरु मैं कि तुम यहाँ पे इंटरव्यू देने के लिए आए थे ये मेरी बदनसीबी है कि मैं यहाँ इंटरव्यू के लिए आया हूँ तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि मैं तुम्हें इंटरव्यू में फेल भी कर सकता हूँ
Okay, you can pause it. I think they got to know what I kind of want to say. To close it. So in this video, हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि Jaggu becomes Jagannath. Okay. So here, he never went through the process, of working hard, studying, getting up in the morning, attending this kind of tuition, whatever. He just wants shortcut, and he passed the exam. So we see what happened. Did he had values? No. So even in our life also, it may happen that somewhat a hook or crook, we have cracked it, but in the future, in the field when you are there, that time you'll have a big challenge. That's why it says, body needs engagement. If you're not doing proper engagement, then mind will wander here and there. And that's why body needs engagement and mind needs absorption. If you're absorbing anything, then you're able to fit yourself. Like for example, people generally say that, mind is always fluctuating. We want to focus on one thing, but mind, sometimes mera marizi, dil mange more, give me more, right? That's why it's very important. Even Arjuna, who was a very close friend of Krishna, he himself says to Krishna that Chanchalani mana Krishna pramadi ballavad dridan. Tasyaham nigramanya vayureva. He's saying, I can control the wind, not the mind. Yeah. Mind is very fluctuating, Sometimes I want this, sometimes I want this. Q, mera marizi. Right. That's why if you're able to make your mind focus on one thing, then you can do wonders. Just like you have a sunlight, you have a paper in your hand, you have a magnifying glass. So if you want to burn the paper, you have to focus. You cannot play around magnifying glass and say, "Bas jaldi jal jao." It will not burn. Same thing. Even in the classroom also, most of the time, yoga sir might be giving you classes, talking to you, and your mind is wandering here and there. So what is trying to do? Trying to bring your mind back to the class. Most of the time what happens? The body is present and the mind is, you all know the answer, It's very important because why I'm emphasizing on this part, because if you're present in the class, if your mind also is present, then you get a lot of time to play, a lot of time to do so many things. Or else all the time you have to just spend in reading, That's why play while you play, eat while you eat, sleep while you sleep. But what we want to do? We want to become all-rounders. We want to do everything together. That's quite difficult. Alright? That's why body needs engagement, mind needs absorption, intelligence needs challenge, and soul needs love. So basically, I'll not take much time. We have two parts in our life. One is Shriyas and Prayas. Shriyas means, when you have a long time goal, I want to do this, I'll start preparing from now, Prayas, like this Jagannath, shortcut, So which do you think is very important, Shriyas or Prayas? Shriyas, If you can have this, then definitely, we can make that magic of miracles. And it will definitely work out for you. All you need to have patience, Because when you have patience, then many things that you feel it's difficult, it will be conquered. Because time is one thing, you have to give a right opportunity, If you hurry, okay. So that's why they say, the secret of doing good to others is secretly doing good to yourself, When you can lead yourself, then you can lead others. Then you are a leader, Or else what happens, dikhavat, you're just showing off, End of the day, you are nowhere. Have you heard about nomad? You just move around, you don't know where you are. That's why it's very, very important. So now, not take much time, I'll play a small video and then we'll wind up, okay? So please go to that video for happiness, because I'm sure all of you are looking for happiness. We all want to be happy, right? And do you all agree that we're not this body, we are soul? Okay, if that's true, then please repeat after me. This body is not all in all. The soul exists. This material world is not all in all. Spiritual world exists. We are not all in all. God exists. Okay, so the question is, it's okay, everything's okay? Playing screen, I can't do it. Okay. Where am I there? With Joseph. Okay. Okay, so how you got trapped? That's why we all are looking for happiness or peace. Maybe whatever you say. Even if you ask for a small child, child says, I also want to be happy. The people they give toys. Correct? And the same child, when the child grows up, he says, no more toys. You need a cycle. Right. Just imagine your own life. You need a cycle. After some time, no more cycle. All I want, motorcycle, bike. Okay? And after bike, it says, no, hold on. Before car, he needs a partner or somebody to sit behind it. Okay. And then, of course, he needs a car. After that, house. Am I practical or what? Right? So it keeps on going. So if you see, the whole idea is that people are finding for happiness. But here, Krishna he has given a stamp. Anybody who takes birth, you know, they get a stamp. What is that? Dukhalai Mashashvatam. You know, you may say, Prabhu, I don't understand the technical term, Sanskrit. Can you please elaborate? Okay. So, for example, let's say, what's your name, Prabhu? Yes, yeah. Shubhankar. So if I ask you, Shubhankar, I want you to jump into water. There's a swimming pool, okay? Jump in the water, but make sure, jump in the same dress, okay? Jump in the water, but make sure that you don't get wet. You have to be, and come out dry. Is it possible? No, right? Is it possible? No. So the moment you jump in the water, you become wet. Similarly, the moment you take birth in this material world, ding dong bell, one more in the well, they say, like that, you have to, face the consequences. Have you ever seen any child, the moment it has taken birth, it's smiling happily? No. If you're not sure to call up your parents, she was happy. Hey, you're crying, man. She will tell. But there was one person, even though he took birth in a jail, he was smiling happily. Who was that? The superhero. Is the Lord Shri Krishna, little Krishna. So why am I saying this? Because we are all looking for happiness, but we're finding happiness in a different way, and we're also searching in a different way. If you want to find real happiness, for example, they say there is a honey bottle and there's a honey inside. Unless until you open the bottle, you cannot get the taste of the honey. If you start licking the honey from the outside, will you get the taste? No. That is why it is very, very important to know exactly where you should find happiness. So for that, Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita, he says, Bhoktaram Egnatapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Shuhutam Sarva Bhutanam Natva Man Shanti Ekshate. That means they are telling us that there are three formulas. If you follow this, yes, 100% indeed you will be very happy. What is it? Bhoktaram Egnatapasam. That means that Krishna, the Lord, is a supreme enjoyer. We can be enjoyed by him. For example, let's say in Jagannath Puri, we offer Chappan Bhog. So let's say from tomorrow we'll offer to one of the people. We'll be able to eat so much, you will die. You have to eat. Not possible. Our stomach is limited. It's not possible. So the real enjoyer is Lord, Jagannath. Jagat ka Malik is Jagannath. Bhoktaram Egnatapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwara. So he is the proprietor of everything, but we say I am the proprietor. Sab kuch mera hai jaise, But how long? As long as you are alive. Nowadays people even don't survive for 100 years because Corona sabka number laga diya. It's very difficult. So we are not the proprietor. We are only caretaker. Actual proprietor is the Lord himself. And third thing is Surutam Bhutanam, that Lord is our best well-wisher, true friend, But today's world, it's like tit for tat, If I want to make a friendship with you, I'll only make friendship to know how much money you have. You have good money, let me good friends. Ruin your power, bye-bye, I'll find the next person. That's how the Kali Yuga is. There are 4 yugas. In Kali Yuga, quarrel, hypocrisy, they go hand in hand, So you want to do good to others, but the same person will do bad for you. That's how the Kali Yuga is. That is why, if you want to be really happy, we can be happy when we serve the Lord. We are very fortunate. We have a very nearby. We have a center. ISKCON center. We have, we have a base. So I think now and then there are a lot of festivals happening. Youth festivals. You all can be a part of it, and we can see all of us need good food, tasty food, hygiene food. You get it there. Outside, you might feel it's very tasty food. It's like very nice. But do you know they put asafatoria, they put a lot of stuff, which will give you good taste, but it's harming your health. That's why something which is offered to the Lord, the food is sanctified. It's very pure, it's very good for health also. Okay, that's right. All of us repeat after me. Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a progress. Working together is success. So if you all can work together, then you can understand the meaning of team. We say teamwork. T-E-A-M. What does it stand for? Together, everyone achieve more. Dil mange more. You see? So if we have a teamwork, we get a lot of strength. That's why it's very, very important and I wish you very all the best, because if you do not have a good association, because see, the word association means three things. There should be a spiritual transaction, there should be a knowledge transmission, and there should be a heart transformation. Right? Then you can say, yeah, this is called good association. Right? But nowadays, what happens? We may not have good association. I'll tell you an example. I'm sure you all have heard about Ramayana, not the Adi Purish. Okay? Baap mera, what is the dialogue? I forgot the dialogue. Tel baap ka hai, kapda. So I am sure Hanuman never said that statement actually. So it's a lot of concoction actually. That's why it is said, being a winner. It is said that being with the winner makes you winner. If you are with the winner, makes you also winner. If you're with a drunkard, makes you a drunkard. So if you are with a good association, definitely you will also become like him. 100%. For example, I'm sure how many of you eaten dosa here? Dosa. All of you, right? I'm from South Africa. Okay, so you see when they make dosa, they have a tawa, right? So when they put water on the tawa, what happens? It will evaporate, and the same water, if you drop on the leaf, it will slip, right? But the same water, like a whatever, if you keep it in the conch shell for a longer time, it becomes a pearl. It becomes very valuable. That is why when you choose association, you choose such kind of association which will make you like a pearl. Not that today you're there, tomorrow you're not there. Make sense? Make sense? That's very, very important. And God has given me that intelligence, to select that friendship. Because a friend in a need is a friend in a need. But now it's not like that. Now, get, forget. It's like that. Not give, forgive. That's why it's always like tit for tat. So we should not be in that category. And I'm sure in Ramayana we can see Kaiki, she loved the most who? Ram, But because she got association of Manthara, what happened? She rejected Lord Ramchandra to Vanvas, And look at the other side of a coin, Vibhishan, who was his brother? Rakshas, Ravan, of course, But because Vibhishan took association, of Lord Ramachandra, what happened? He became the king of Lanka. Of course, these things are not told in Adi Purish because they have no idea. I was surprised to see the reviews. That Ravana is having graphical hits. That's all. That's what's very important. So when you have a good association, it can make a very big difference in our life. जीवन में कुछ करने के लिए कुछ नहीं, क्यों फर्क पड़ता है? करना पड़ता है भाई, खोने के लिए कुछ जरूरत नहीं, करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि सबका जीवन बिगड़ा है, रक्षक हमारा तगड़ा है भाई, है ना? That's why what we do is we chant this holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, next slide. We'll make it very fast, rapid quick slide. Okay, if the ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step we take just get us to the wrong place faster. Okay, next. Okay, somebody can read this for me. Girls can read this for me. Who has a mic? Yeah, please go ahead.
I didn't complete my university. Bill Gates.
I was working in this company only, Bill Gates. Okay, go ahead. Okay, give to everybody.
I stitched shoes in childhood. Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, good. Okay, next.
I was the one who served in people at work.
Okay, next. In Tamil, they say now world of children do the cinema. So then the Tamil, you know Rajinikanth, right? The famous actor. Okay, good.
I worked at a petrol pump, reading my environment.
Okay.
I failed in class 10 Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay.
I was a dropout and a keyboard player. A.R. Rahman.
Oh my God. Okay.
I slept on a bench and borrowed ₹20 every day from friend to travel to film city, Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay.
I I used to sing tea to support my football training, Lionel Messi.
So you see, okay, can somebody take the mic and read this for me louder, with a louder voice? Okay,
Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself.
yeah, exactly right. Makes sense, right? So if you see the word impossible, it says, I am, exactly right. Next slide. Okay, the goal of education is not to just get a good job or having a nice balance or like a lot of amenities like having a Mac, not that one. Then what is it? Let's find what's next. The whole purpose of education is to build what? Character. Fantastic. Okay, good. Next. Okay, you all read this. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Next. Okay. No God. Okay. No God. Okay. So actually, we are not human beings with a spiritual experience. We are not human beings with a spirit. We are spiritual beings with a. Makes sense? Okay. Next slide. Okay. If you have a higher SQ, that is spiritual quotient, what happens? You will be, of course, I can see a lot of smiling faces. You will be always very happy. Then, yeah, people put T-shirt. They say, "Be a human," but they do all this crap work. Okay. Then. Yeah, exactly. Generally, people want to lead others. They don't want to lead yourself. They want others to do this, but you don't do yourself. First, you set the example. Then you can set others, and people also will respect you, right? Okay, then exactly right. Yeah. Okay, so the rest of your life, how do you want to go? Average path or memorable path? So for that, you have to adopt these values. The right values, bright future. Please repeat. Right values. Exactly right. So please, at any point of the time, don't get discouraged. Don't feel is it possible for me to do like this? Yes, 100%. You can do wonders. All you need to have is take initiative. And be very positive, because the world is very big. And you get a lot of opportunity. I failed a couple of times, but then I cracked it in Microsoft. All my friends, they were like very happy. Oh, we got a job. We got a job. They got a job, of course, but it's a papa job in the middle. Makes sense, right? So that's why never give up. A winner will never quit, and a quitter will never win. So you decide whether you're a winner or a loser. You are a winner. If you're a winner, then absolutely. See, it's like this. The moment you go for a job, you should feel like I have already got the job. I just go and just formalities. Think, will I get a job? Will I get much of salary? Don't think so much. You give your best. Lord is watching you. He will do the rest. But don't fail the. Wish you all the. Okay. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. So we will take 5 minutes time. If you have any questions, you can troubleshoot me. Because I was not planned for this class. I was been told just half an hour before. So I tried to make some small slides for you. So please, if you have any questions, do ask me. Because they say that asking question is a sign of intelligence. And I'm sure we have a lot of intelligent, brilliant students here. Any questions you have, you can just troubleshoot. Don't ask me about the hairstyle, okay? Okay, please go ahead. If you have any challenges in studies or anything, which you feel like it can benefit everybody. When the opportunity knocks the door, you have to invite them, not just shut them, okay? Okay, that means you all understood whatever I said, yes. Can you give her the mic to her?
Would you have to ask at what point did you realize that you should join this?
Wow, that's a big, good, smart question. See, as I told you, of course, when I was in college, I had a lecture which gave me a very clear understanding that human purpose of life is just not eating, mating, sleeping, defending. It's something more, right? See, we should not ask what the nation has contributed. We should ask what we have contributed. All right. So I felt a big a paradigm shift in my life because such a good education, MBA, working in a Microsoft in the US, and now you're like a monk, going to schools, colleges, corporates. But I'm happy. Of course, I'm happy. Wherever you go, if you're not satisfied, I'm sure, if you don't have a satisfaction, then sure you will drop one day. But you're very satisfied, even in the middle of the night, if I call you, you will say, yes, let's do it. Why? Because you're happy. See, a person who's happy can make others happy. A person who's not happy cannot make others happy. Just like example, I have two students here. So I call them here. I tell them, see, have a gulab jamun. You please taste. You don't taste, huh? You do Google search. Ask Google Baba whether it's sweet or it's namkeen whatever. So you came to know it's very sweet, okay? And you never did any research. You took gulab jamun. You just ate in front of everybody, okay? Now if I ask both of you, was the gulab jamun was tasty? Was it nice? This guy is not a good in speaking. You are smart. You are like you are an what do you say orator. Still people will be convinced by him only. Why? Because he experienced it. He tasted it. Right. Similarly, in my life also, when you get the higher taste, it's very obvious that we leave the lower taste. If I have 100 rupees, I can give 50 rupees. If I have 50 rupees, I can make an attempt to give 100 rupees because I don't have 100 rupees. So Krishna is all attractive, right? So Krishna's one name is called Lakshmipati, So when Krishna is there, then there's no fear, because I depend on Lord and Lord gives me whatever I want. Of course, my parents, they're like wondering, I so much of energy I spend in getting a good education, all these things. But now, actually, I have a brother, I have two sisters, alright? And in my family, even now also, whenever they want to make any decision, they call me only. I have a brother in Singapore, I have my sisters in Bangalore, they all got married, but still they ask me, they think I'm a very wise man. But before joining Ashram, I was the most nutcut, very naughty, fight with everybody. But you see, as I said information. If there's no transformation, then what is the use? So you all can see a big transformation in my life, in how I was and how I'm now. When I see the audience, I used to literally be nervous. I used to do so also sometimes. But now, what? Who was that? I don't know. Now I'm like, let's do it. Because why? Because just like Hanuman is roaring in the Mahabharata, giving the support. So I get the support from Lord Sri Krishna, from the superiors. That's why I told you now the word impossible says I am possible. So you should never keep yourself this notion in your mind कि maybe मुझसे नहीं होता है, Actually आपसे हो सकता है, बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. Only thing is that take initiative. जिसके बन डाला लाइफ बन गई जिंगलाला. Okay. नजर हटी. So be very cautious about yourself. Be sincere. Have these values in your life. I'm sure you become like a magnet. Wherever you go, you will attract automatically. You don't have to literally go and say, please, make me become a friend. Something like that. Because magnet has the potential. So Krishna is called, Sarva Akarshana. He is a all attractive person. When you have Krishna in your life, then what's the problem? Everybody in life. That's why they said that when you can please Krishna, you can please everybody. Esmin Tuste, Jagat Tuste. If you can please Krishna, you can please everybody. But what we do generally, we want to please one individual person. And the third person will give you Doha. Because we are in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means quarrel, hypocrisy, they go hand in hand. No matter how much best you do to others, you will surely, for example, when I was working in Microsoft, even you people are working very well, they will still find you do more. They are not be satisfied. In this material world, nobody is happy and satisfied. We all need more. Dil mange more, give me more. That's how the world is. But in the spiritual world, it's not like that. When you do good service, swalpa prayers, good service, Lord is very happy. That's why when you have the satisfaction when you feel, I'm doing something for the nation, and most important is that when you feel yourself very happy, then you will sustain and you like to expand yourself. That was one reason why I took a decision, and almost 10 years, I've taken up this service, and I keep traveling different places, and I'm enjoying it. Makes sense. So that's why we have to be very patient, tolerant. Like our founder Acharya, he makes a very profound statement. He says, uh, the greatness of a person, all of us can repeat, the greatness of a person can be estimated by the ability to tolerate a provoking situation. So if you can win this, then you have achieved everything. But most of the time, we fail. Why? Because we have not achieved, or we're not perfected, or we're not mastered that value. But it's better late than never. Okay? You all can try even now. It will work for you. Yes, I'm done. There's something for me. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, class thoda jaldi. Okay. Okay. Fine, Prabhu. Class तो खत्म हो गया है. So thank you so much, one and all. So I wish you all the best. East or west, let this batch be the best. And now you're gonna have a very adventurous, whatever you say, like how many are gonna study further, or like you're gonna go for a job? Study. Okay. I'm sure that's what I told you. The more you learn, the more you. Yeah. This statement, you put it in the subconscious. Then you see, make a habit of this reading habit. Because generally what happens, हम लोग रट्टा मारते हैं. So but जगह में what happens, वो रट्टा मारा था exam सब भूल गया वो. That's why you be sincere. Everything will come to your plate automatically. You don't have to do exercise for that. Okay. Okay, Ekus Prabhu, we are done for today. And now we will have the most exciting thing, that is Kirtan. So do we have a Mridanga player here? Okay. So we also need another mic for a chorus singer. So I would request you all, that in Srimad Bhagavatam it says, Yasya Sankirtanam. Sankirtanam is a summum bonum of. Okay, there's one last video. Can you play that? I just realized it. Just one last video. It's called. Can you make it a little bit bigger? Okay, it's the fourth one. Karma. Okay, meanwhile, we can do a setup here. You can do setup. Yeah, so please watch this video. It all comes back. Yeah. So if you do good things will come. It's called Gigo. Good in, good out. Or else it's Gigo. Garbage in, garbage out. So what do you want? Garbage or good? Okay, all the best. Okay, so now we'll do a Kirtan. I would request you that in Kirtan, please all of us do participate, because that's the end of the program. And in Kirtan, if possible, you can also clap your hands. So you must say, sir, now only we are appreciating your class. Why you want us to clap? No, it's not for that. It is said that in Kirtan, when you clap your hands, all our karma sins, they'll fly away like a bird. So it's very important to clap hands and sing. So first I will sing, then we all can sing as a chorus, and let's take the bliss of Krishna consciousness, okay? Because Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition on mind, an emergency, okay? So practice Krishna consciousness, you will be really very happy, okay? We can come here. हाँ, no problem. Do we have a Kartal player? Bro, you have to give a chorus for me. This one. So please, everybody, be a part. Huh? Mic, if I can, it's good. If it's not there, okay. Probably can you play a chorus? Probably needs for the chorus. No, something needs to hold. And the who's going to play Kartal now? Okay, okay. Kartal player can come here and sit next to me. Let everybody watch you. Okay, so are we all ready for it? Okay, so please all to do clap your hands. Okay, it's 10 minutes, so let's rock and roll. Okay, all right. So we'll fast it, no? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Bolo Hanuman Ji, Ram Lakshman Janaki, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sita Ram.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु कृष्ण गो हरि बोल हरि बोल Actually, in the scriptures it's mentioned that Kalir doshe nide rajan hasti hai ko mahan gunan kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajat. So in the age of Kali Yuga, generally people want to be very happy. They try all the way the best way, but still they're not happy. Why? Because as long as there is no Lord in the center, like just example, if you go to a room which is very dark, when you go, you don't find yourself. But the moment there's a light, everything appears. So Krishna is so bright, just like they say, sun and moon are the two eyes of Krishna. The age of Kali Yuga, when chants Lord's name, automatically all the negative things will go away. So I request everyone loudly, please chant this once again. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Okay, if you see a small child, when he's in great need of a ma, what does he says? He says, Mummy, he says, right? But generally smart children are a little smart. when the children will ask for help, mother will not come. Why? Because mother knows whether this guy is really want me or not. But if you really want Krishna, you have to utterly cry and say, Krishna! Then Krishna will give you the help. So let's once call the mother, okay? You can raise your hands up in the air and we all can chant loudly and from a heart, okay? 1, 2, 3, start. Hare Krishna! Okay, I think the photograph is going to sleep, okay? Okay, once again, raise your hands. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! So I'm sure you have heard about this name Draupadi, you know. When Draupadi was in great need, she raised only one hand and Krishna never came. But when she raised both the hands, Krishna opened up a new factory. What was that? Sari factory, you know. So supplying the saris, you know. So like that, when we also, you know, surrender to the Lord and raise our hands and call Krishna's name, Krishna will open a special factory according to us. Somebody wants a good job, you get a good job. Somebody wants happiness, you get happiness. Somebody wants to do very good in few special things, Krishna will give. Why? Because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Kshema Vahamiham. That means for those who lack something, मैं चप्पड़ फाड़ के दूंगा मैं. Okay? And for somebody who has something, Lord will preserve it. That's why Lord is a Suhurtam Sarva Bhutanam. He is a very dear friend to us. So if you approach the Lord in a good heart, 100% Lord will give his best. So east or west, let this be the best. Thank you once again. I once again thank Yogesh Prabhu for this wonderful opportunity for giving us. Today we discussed so many important things about life, about values, and about real incidents about Jagannath. So many things. So I am very grateful to all the superiors, all the hosts, all the guests, everybody, especially you people, because you know, even though no matter how they have organized, if you are not there, the program was going to be flopped. So you are the main success of the program. So once again, a big round of applause for yourself. Haribol! Thank you once again. Hare Krishna.
तो हम लोग प्रभु जी का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे इन आवर ट्रेडिशनल वे बाय लाउडली चैंटिंग 3 टाइम्स हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
Haribo Madam.
ये एक छोटा सा तोहफा है सारे बच्चों के लिए आपके हाथों से पता कर सकते हो हरे कृष्णा तो आप लोग एक एक करके आएंगे ठीक है छोटा सा गिफ्ट है आपके लिए प्लीज से एक्सेप्ट करेंगे और उसको फिर अपनी ही पोजीशन में जहाँ बैठे हुए हैं वहाँ आके बैठ जाएंगे ओके सो विल स्टार्ट विद गर्ल्स फर्स्ट पैकेट इधर ले सुब्रत गोपाल सर तो आप लोग इधर से खड़े हो जाए लाइन तो ये थोड़ा स्टेज बड़ा है बट हम आशा करते हैं कि आप चढ़ जाएंगे Hare Krishna. So we'll be doing the kirtan in the background. जैसे ही गर्ल्स का खत्म हो जाएगा, बॉयज आर रिक्वेस्टेड, जैसे कि वो लोग लाइन पे आ रहे हैं तो आप लोग उस लाइन को फॉलो करें.
Hare Ram, Ram
বসে বসে নির্মল বসে
On the sides of Soumya Darshan.
ଚାଲିଏ ତ ଜଣାପଡ଼ିଲା ଚାଲିଏ All the best.
एक छोटा सा वीडियो है when we say छोटा means sensitively 20 से 25 मिनट